So we showed him in another episode, and he came in and he was only on the 3rd session. Now he's on his 3rd month, so he's done 2 months with me. And this is he's finally able to lift. How long has it been since you've not been able to lift and you've had shoulder pain? How many years?
It's been almost 10 years, about 8 to 9 years, honestly.
So almost 10 years he could not bench press. We're talking he couldn't bench press 15 or 20 pounds or be severe pain. I'll show you now what he can do. So let's grab the 40s. He could do 50s without pain, but now we're working on trying to get his depth. So that's something that we're going to do today. He's going to touch here, he's going to really open up, and then he's going to squeeze the chest. Notice how he stays arched with his back. Go ahead. Now he's using his scaps, all the stuff that we worked on his shoulders that you've seen in other episodes, that I've been working with other clients. That's what he hasn't mastered yet, but he's probably 70-80% there with some of these exercises. And now he can really squeeze his chest and keep his shoulders pinned down, and he's not shrugging like this when he's doing it. Okay, your shoulder press, no pain. He's just going to just do a regular row, but this is what I'm trying to say. Like, this is what's possible with the system. But guess what? He only did 4 exercises for the first, 4 to 5 weeks, right?
Right.
That's it. I didn't let him lift. I didn't let him do anything until he built a foundation with that. And now he can go in his lifting, and there's no pain. If I try to have him lift before that, he's just going to get hurt. Because I knew he was ready to do it.
This is the first time.
First time in 10 years. Okay, this is what's possible. Only doing 4 exercises. It's all he mastered. When you first came with me, how much shoulder pain were you in?
A lot. I couldn't even do a push-up, or I couldn't bench press with 30-pound dumbbell. It hurt all the time.
So now, this is almost 4 months later. He's doing the 90s. Let's do it. That'd be really good. Up, 1. Up, 2. Get 1 more. Up, 3. That's good. And there was no pain there at all?
No pain at all. Not at all.
He's still not 100% on it, but look at how much farther he can go back and keep those shoulders back and down. And go ahead, just do a couple reps. And back and down. See how much farther he can go? We'll have that. We have the comparison video right alongside this so you can see. We want to get this part right in the back cap. We only want him to feel it here. If he feels it up here, no good. So for him, that's where he can keep it down. Go ahead, push your scaps down right there. That's his start point and forward. But he can keep his shoulders down and back. So when he goes to bench, they're not like this. He has his rear delt developed to take the pressure off the front of the shoulder. Again, this is 1 of 4, okay? And he mastered this on the bench like we show you with Nick. He's finally able to do this, so we brought him over here now because he has a range of motion and he can really beat it up and grind into the rear delt. And look, as you start coming back farther, what are you getting? You're developing the rhomboids, you're developing the mid-trap, and you're also, when you're pushing down and depressing that, you're getting into the lower traps. So, but you have to go through all these stages, okay? Take a break. That's good. And then again, I showed you this, but same thing, okay? This is where we want, he's here, and that's where, that's fine. That's what I'm saying, he's at like 80%. We want to get him to 100%. Right? That's 100%. I can keep it down and go all the way back. Then eventually you can go into that meathead. Once you master that, then you can go into all this meathead fun stuff that you see everyone do, because now your shoulder's down and back. It's connected to the rear delt. It's connected to the lower trap. You have that connection. And now you can start going in and really start building it up with all the stuff you see the bodybuilders and the powerlifters and everybody doing. So if you remember in the Rotator Cup video that we did, he was only doing like, what was it, like 2 or 3 pounds when he started? Okay, and he was using a pad. So this is how, so one of the reasons I knew he was ready to bench is because you saw that. And obviously in our app, we have the thumb down raise. It's the same testing thing as that, except you don't need a machine, it's just done on a bench. This one, no pad, 7 pounds. It's a great goal where you know the infraspinatus is super strong. And remember, like I talked about in that Rotator Cup video, and put a link, I show the spot of where he wants to feel. He doesn't feel anything in front of the shoulder. He feels everything in the infraspinatus back here. That's the key. Just like when he was doing that, he only felt in the delt. You have to feel it to heal it. That's what I call the method, the feel it to heal it method. Can you talk a little bit about that so they understand about feeling in the right spot and what that means?
Yeah, well, that's what helped me, I would say, the most about this whole program is that I would say is that before I didn't have no infraspinatus, so my muscle-mind connection there was almost none. And then I had to find a muscle that I never had developed. And then I think that learning how to find a muscle that you can't connect with and then connecting with it.
By mentally connecting to that muscle, you were able then to fix the weakness,
Yes.
and that's what took the pressure off the front of the shoulder.
Right.
But what you're saying is once everything's connected, then you go to do your lifting, and now you're in better positioning to actually activate
Yes.
the biceps and the back.
Yes,
That's
and to
what
get more out of every lift.
Yes. All right, let's test. Go. So this is how I knew. His elbow's a little bit in front of the hip, and now he's going up and down. That's it. And he's going 45 down, 45 up, nothing in the front.
Nothing in the
right
front.
in the infraspinatus. Again, the
Yep.
link's at the end of the video. You can look at the spot, and he's absolutely crushing this. And babe, if you show from the side over there, this is my new camera. My wife's my new camera girl. She does great. But look at that. So 45, we're looking for elbow in front of the hip, you know, just a little bit off the ribs. He's not touching the ribs. And again, all this stuff, this knee over toes, go like this and go like that. Can he do that now? Yes,
Yeah.
but this was the foundational exercise. If he can't do this, we know he doesn't have a healthy infraspinatus, and we know he's not ready to bench. Once he can do this, okay, yeah, can we throw this in for 2 weeks and have him changed up? Yeah, but it's really not going to make that much of a difference because he has all the pieces of the pie that he needs in order to start lifting. Again, all the techniques in the app. Okay, we do a pretty good job on trying to explain it, but he's going to lean over a little bit less than 45 degrees. You can lean over a little bit more. Good. We're here. Elbows outside the wrist, and he's going to pull his wrist to the top of the hip, right to there. Go ahead, up and down. And the key with this is, look, the elbow stays out, but the shoulder stays dipped down. That's the absolute key with this exercise. Right there, right directly from the side of the shoulder. Watch how he pushes down when he goes up. Go ahead. Do you see? That's how I know he's ready to lift. And we're trying to build this little ridge up. It's coming, okay? So, babe, if you want to just, just come right around here. Yeah, lean over. If you get right over top, babe, right here. All right, so he's got about a 2-finger ridge right here. It's there, okay, but we want to grow this even more. It's, again, he's like 70% there. It's active, he's in good position, but we need to grow it more. And if we look here, look directly from the side over here, babe. If we look at me here, if I take my shirt off, going to the beach. If I take my shirt off here, okay, go ahead and look at this ridge behind, babe. So when I'm doing this here, when I started, there was literally nothing here. Okay, but look at that. I have a ridge. It's like 4 fingers. His is like 2. It's like there. But this is what we're trying to develop. This is how you know you're really ready for some serious lifting where you're not going to have the pressure on your shoulder. So again, he's 70-80% where he needs to be, but we still have to be cautious with lifting for another 4 or 5 months until he really gets these built up. Can he go a little bit heavier? Yeah, he could stay in that 10 to 15 rep range. But we really got to watch it when we're trying to do 80 or 90% of somebody's max, which he'll be able to do in the future. But right now we still have some foundation work to do, or else he's just going to get hurt. So again, how did I know he's ready for lift? This is one of the main exercises that I know someone's ready to lift, okay? We're looking at his elbows in the center. He could draw the shoulder blade back, but he could push it down. And from there, look, the front of his shoulder is in line with his ear. You see that? Okay, that's what we're looking for. Now, he's not at the highest level. I'll show you the higher level with me. But now, look at this teres if we go back behind. Obviously, he can move with it, but we're just showing you. I just want to show you the end point because that's the most important. So here's his teres. Teres has development. It's not where it needs to be. If you get right behind me, right there. Teres has development. Okay, he can also depress it down, so his infraspinatus, his teres minor, he's able to roll the shoulder back into place. If he goes back any farther, keep going back, keep going back, keep going back, keep going back. You see how he can still keep it down? That's what we're looking for. Okay, so he's ready for that higher level. And then go ahead and rest. Go ahead and rest. So let me just show you what we're trying to do with here. So we're here. If you get directly from the side, babe. So most people will start, like you saw Nick. This is where he could depress down. As far as he can with it depressed down. That's his max. He can't roll it back anymore. And if you notice, look at the shoulder. It's in line with the center line of his ear. if he tries to go back any farther, it lifts. If you notice, Willem, when he was here, when he went back farther, he could keep it down. That's how we know that his shoulder's really healthy. But his teres still needs development. It still needs work. Okay, so he's here like this. This is perfect for him. And then he's moving with that. And then he's applying that like we talked about with Nick. In the last video, we talked about all the different positions of being able to push down. So this is now he's able to really get in deep and really affect his lats and his teres, his lower traps, all those things, because he can finally get his shoulder to drop down into position. Another thing I want you to understand is as you start depressing and be able to really track this back here, you start actually activating the lower trap as well. So people are I want to do this, I want to do this exercise for my lower traps. As you start getting deeper and deeper into this and you start pulling back, what happens? Well, if you're depressing the humerus head down, you're also depressing the scapula. So you are getting the lower traps. So here's his lower trap right here. Okay, that is hard. It's firing, right? So this is like a glorified, take a rest. This is like a glorified exercise that everyone thinks they're going to fix their shoulder with. Mobility exercise. They see bodybuilders doing it, but they obviously see the knee over toes guy doing it, where you just stretch back. Okay, you go back. Okay, obviously he can do it now, and you go to here, and he comes up, and he got, heavy weight on that. And what did that do for your shoulder?
Nothing, just irritated it more, to be honest.
Because you're going to do this, you're going to hurt your shoulder again. I get calls all the time from people that, well, I was doing this one and I hurt it. Yeah, no doubt, because you don't have the other muscles built up. So he's ready to do like a pullover, but I'm going to show you how we do it safely. I don't care about going super low when he's doing this exercise. I want to go where he can connect, but he can finally connect into the serratus because his shoulders aren't like this anymore. They're back and down because he's done the 4 exercise foundations. So let's show this. Let me show you how I want you to do it today. And just don't go crazy low. Just connect to the serratus. If he just goes right to here and then back up right to there, yep, and just try to touch my hand. Yeah, like that. That's it. And now it's all serratus, it's all lat. He's not going crazy low. And go a little lower and watch what happens. Tell me if you disconnect.
Yeah.
A little bit.
More pump if I go like right here in the short range.
Right there, now he's on it. So this is where he needs to develop the serratus too. Can I go really low with it with 50, 60 pounds and get in my serratus? Yes, because I am not injured and I built this up and connected with the serratus to there. As soon as you go like this, you just disconnect. I have people come in, they've been doing this for months and they don't even have a serratus muscle. Why? Because they're going so damn low. You just have to learn to connect. Killing it?
Killed it.